Are we filming? Yes, we are. So, welcome to another video. Feeling a bit under the weather today, but I'm still here. Today is different. Today is a thank you and a state of the nation, a state of play as to what I've done over the last year and what I plan to do for the coming year. Why have I picked this weekend to talk about these things? Well, this coming week is the 30th anniversary, as far as I can recall. It was September 1993. It was when I walked into W. Smith's, a long-standing stationers in the UK. They've been going for over 200 years. And I bought a filo-fax Sherwood. Unbeknown to me at the time, that particular model in that particular year turned out to be one of the best filo-faxes ever made, in my opinion. But I guess perhaps I'm a little biased. But I do own about 100 of them. And that started, I'm not saying it's a love affair, because that's not really the right term, but it started a relationship and fascination with ring binders that has lasted 30 years. And I'm just as enthusiastic now as I was, well, I wasn't saying I'm a fan then. I had been given a W. Smith's binder, a cheap one, which didn't have great flatability at all. Which is one of the reasons why I really appreciate flatability, because from an early time, i.e. 30 years ago, I suddenly had two binders, one that had perfect flatability and one that opened and shut like a clamshell, and it was a two-handed operation. You had to use one hand to keep it open, and then you could use the other hands to write, which was not ideal. And hence I call my channel Flatability. But I'm just going to show something on the screen now. This is the last 90 days viewing figures. This is not people dipping in and out. This is watch time in terms of the number of hours that you are watching this channel. And you can see it's increasing way beyond what I thought was possible. And so that instills in me two things. One is a huge amount of gratitude. This passion project of mine, the whole Flatability thing, has become an important part of my life. I started it just over 2 years ago because it was something to do and it was something I was interested in. I'm interested in lots of different things, and I have many channels, but this is the one that I'm interested in most, and consequently spend the most time doing: filming, editing, uploading, answering questions. And I'll hold that thought about answering the questions. But I just want you to know that I really appreciate. I even if you just drop in and watch one video and never come back, I still appreciate it, because I on many levels I can't really begin to explain the reasons for it. I think partly because I'm not very well. And I have good days and bad days, and this keeps me on the straight and narrow. It really does. And I just want to thank you all, each and every one of you, for tuning in, although that's not the right word either, but you know what I mean. I just want to thank you all for your time, because everybody has a finite amount of time. For dropping by and watching or listening sometimes. Some people are just listening in the car or whatever. And other people are commenting. And for those of you that are commenting, that's a really big thank you that goes out to you, because it's obviously I don't know any of you, but I feel almost like it's like akin to a relationship, because you're responding to my videos and I am responding to your comments, and I at the moment doing everything I can. As you can see, you don't when you see your when you write a comment, it doesn't go live straight away, and there's a reason for that. It's because I want to hold them back so that I get a chance to see them and respond to them, rather than them slip down through the sliding list of comments, and with the associated possibility of me missing one or two. So that's why I do that, because they are important to me. So thank you very much. But there's another thing, as well as my gratitude to all of you, and that is a sense of commitment. Okay, I have had some, there's been a couple of times over the last couple of years where I've not been well enough for, or haven't had the inclination to really produce many videos at all. But then I've come back with a vengeance, as it were, and you've seen me produce several videos in a single weekend. In fact, recently, maybe 2 or 3 months ago, there was a weekend where I had 4 videos. Well, this weekend I have 5, so it's a bit of a record for me. 6 if you include this one, if I can get it uploaded in time, because my broadband is not great here in the UK. But I feel a sense of urgency to get as much material done as possible for various reasons. And I hope you're enjoying the fact that I'm producing more material. But I am acutely aware from my own experiences watching other channels that sometimes there's too much. There's just too much, and you just cannot watch everything. I think I subscribe to maybe about 100 channels, and I don't get a chance to watch everything I'd like. I have to be very selective. And to that end, I am trying to let me just have a slight break here. Excuse me. To that end, I'm trying to organise things a little bit more. So, as you will have noticed, over the last few weeks, I've been having my podcast on Saturdays at 8 PM UK time, And as far as possible, I'm going to continue with that. I don't see any reason why it can't be every Saturday. I'm going to try and make as many of them as possible premiere events. I don't like that word, but basically it's YouTube's way of allowing you to interact with me on a sidebar where you can text, and I will text back because I'm watching it with you, and you can communicate with each other in real time. I'm not putting any restrictions on that at the moment because I haven't had any naughty comments. If I do, then forgive me, I'm going to have to make it. There are restrictions I can place on it to protect both me and the channel and you guys. But I think I'm sort of fairly immune because of the subject we're talking about. I'm fairly immune from that sort of spam, if you like. But at the moment, I'm trying to have a regular Saturday video podcasts. I know some of you listen, and I'm trying to make those podcasts listenable if possible. But I do make mistakes, but forgive me for that. But I'm trying to make them entertaining if you just want to listen. Some people are telling me they do. So this looks like it's going to be a regular thing. I've also got, you'll notice that the one before last was 2 hours and something, whereas last one was just over an hour. And I put this here so that I can keep an eye on it, because I want it to be an hour or so maximum if I can. And the other thing I'm starting this weekend, in fact, is I can't pick a perfect date and time for everyone round the world. Someone from Australia was telling me how disappointed they were that they cannot participate live in my podcasts because they live on the other side of the planet. It's so difficult. It's so difficult. But I have chosen this 8 p.m. time for my podcasts because most of my viewers are in either the UK or America, or Germany, France, Sweden, Italy. I mean, the list goes on and on, but this is probably the best time for the most people. So if it doesn't work for you, then at least you can watch it and you can comment, and I will pick up those comments in the fullness of time. And so you can engage in that way, retrospectively. But that is what I've decided to do. And to that end, starting from this weekend, I have decided 2 things. One is I'm going to try and split up my other videos so they are just one subject rather than something quite long and rambling. So there'll be more videos, but they will be shorter, hopefully. So you can more easily take your pick as to what subjects you would like to watch. And this is important because, as you're aware, this channel is not just about filo-faxes. Other ring binders I talk about. I also talk about all sorts of other paper-based productivity, particularly for the EDC community. In fact, recently, my largest audience has become North America, possibly partly because of the EDC. And a growing percentage of my audience are guys. So ladies, you need to redress the balance there and watch more videos, I think, because traditionally it's been 50-50, and now there's about 60% guys over the last 90 days. But I will, what I'm planning on doing is I'm planning on whatever material I have for the weekend, I will upload it so it goes live, if you like, 8 p.m. UK time on a Sunday. I'm not going to produce and upload any material during the week. It's just going to be 8 p.m. Saturday for the podcast and 8 p.m. Sunday for the rest. So you'll find maybe 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, maybe more videos on a Sunday. But I hope that finds favour with you. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Well, it creates some element of certainty and reliability, particularly because there's about 3,500 of you as individuals who have watched my channel over the last few months. A somewhat smaller number who are actually subscribers. And I get it. I totally get it, because I personally prefer to dip in and out of things. So I will sometimes unsubscribe because I don't want my subscribe list to be more than 100. So I totally get that. So if you're not a subscriber, then you can think, what's Neil going to do? Well, let's have a look on Sunday, 8 p.m. UK time. Let's see what has been uploaded. So I'm trying to have some sort of consistency. Now, I can't guarantee that I'll produce any material, but I seem to be well enough at the moment to produce quite a lot of material. In fact, I've got a couple of things uploading now for next weekend. So I hope that works well. I think it's a good system, and I just wanted to explain it. One or two other things while I'm here. As I mentioned before, I'm producing more material, and for your convenience, I'm going to create a few more playlists. So I'm going to have one for the EDC community, for instance. I'm going to possibly have one for what I call euphemistically filo-fax modifications. I've got a really interesting one next weekend that I hope you'll enjoy. So I'm going to create a number of extra playlists simply because this channel is starting to cover all sorts of things, which are, I know I have a huge following for filo-fax videos, as an example, who may not be interested in disc binders. They may not be interested in EDC, so there's, it's not like I'm rushing around covering all bases, but I have decided that all my paper-based productivity, I mean, I'm into these notebooks. And this perhaps is not, the sort of thing that someone might like to watch if they're into filo-faxes. So I'm going to use the playlists to try and enable you to be able to dip into what you want to watch. And I'm going to try and have a lot more material in shorter format on Sundays. So you might find a handful of videos every Sunday. But it's not guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed in life, especially health-wise. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. you'll notice over the next coming year, staying fit and healthy, obviously that's my priority. My next priority, apart from friends and family, obviously, is I'm going to produce more material. So there's a lot. I've got actually at the moment, or is it in this filo-fax? No, it's in another one. I have got, typically I've got over 100 videos in the pipeline that I want to record. And that is actually growing faster than I can produce them. So, I think it's unlikely that I'll run out of steam. I feel that I'm only just getting going. And so this is why I wanted to have a chat with you, because I don't want to put you off by bombarding you with a ridiculous amount of material. I want to break it up so that you can see, of these 6 videos, there's a couple about filo-faxes and the rest about EDC. Okay, so I'm going to look forward to those two filo-fax videos. Or it might be you're into something else, notebooks. Oh well, I'm not into filo-faxes, but that's a good review of that particular notebook, or that fountain pen, or why I use this particular ink. You know, so there's a broad subject, the whole paper-based productivity thing. Not just the materials, but also the psychology and the organisation of paper-based productivity. It's an all-encompassing subject which I want to tackle with renewed vigour. Now I'm settling down to a more structured form of video delivery. God, I don't like the word video delivery, but it is what it is. So I hope that finds favour with you. I'm going to stop now, finish my coffee, find out, respond to a comment that's just come through, and I'm hoping that I'll still be here in another year. Hopefully, there's no reason why not. And just keep on producing. Rinse and repeat, as they say. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Wherever you are in the world, whatever you're doing, have a good day. Bye for now.